Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another video. Today's video I'm going to be showing you guys how to do your makeup when wearing glasses. Just a little bit of tips and tricks, and I hope you guys enjoy. Alright, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to be starting off with my eyebrows as usual. This is what I always do to start off my makeup routine. I'm going to be using the Milani Precise Brow Pencil in the shade Expresso. That is the first product that I'm going to be using for my eyebrows today, and then you guys know I always follow up with the Urban Decay Brow Blade. That is just my favorite to fill in the front of my hair. But before getting to that, I am using the Milani Precision Brow Pencil, like I mentioned, in the shade Expresso. I've really been liking this eyebrow pencil because one, it's affordable, and two, it makes your brows look really nice and natural. It's not too harsh. You can definitely build it up, or you can go in with a lighter hand, and it makes your eyebrows really look nice and snatched. I can do my eyebrows under 5 minutes, which is definitely a big deal. So I've really been enjoying this Milani Precision Brow Pencil. To carve out my eyebrows, I am using the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the shade Medium. Anytime I do my eyebrows, I feel like I always have to carve them out just because it polishes the eyebrow and it makes it look nice and put together. If you made any mistakes, this is the perfect time to just clean that up and your brow will look as good as new. Just a little quick disclaimer, what you guys are seeing in this video, you obviously do not have to do. This is just something I've been doing when I'm wearing my glasses all day and I'm going to be out and about and I want my makeup to last. I want my makeup to look good in my glasses. So this is just what I do. Again, you don't have to do it, but hopefully some of these tips and tricks can help you out. After cleaning up my eyebrows, I'm gonna go ahead and conceal my eyelids. I naturally have dark circles, so I always like to go in with concealer and use that as my eyeshadow primer. I'm just gonna cover my eyelids. Now, this, by the way, this step is totally optional. You guys do not have to do eyeshadow when you're wearing glasses for an everyday look. The only reason why I wanted to do eyeshadow for this video is because I just got the new Too Faced Born This Way, the Natural Nudes eyeshadow palette by my sister, and I really wanted to play around with it, so that's why I'm doing eyeshadow, but you do not have to do eyeshadow. So anytime I'm doing eyeshadow, I like to use concealer like I mentioned, and then just set that concealer with some loose setting powder, and I'm using the Airspun one today. Now I do like this loose setting powder because one, it's affordable, and two, the powder is just so finely milled. It applies so nicely onto your eyelids. And I know it's kind of controversial. People don't usually apply loose setting powder on their eyelids, but I just feel like it helps me blend out my eyeshadows much quicker. All right, moving on to eyeshadow. The first shade I'm going to be using is this shade called Cocoa. Now, this shade actually kind of betrayed me. I was going for a more warm / everyday look. Not saying that this is not an everyday look, but it's kind of heavier than what most people would want to wear on a day-to-day basis. I know I probably won't wear this every single day. I was looking to do a soft brown look, but the colors on this palette definitely appear darker on your actual eye than the way it looked on the pan. So I just kind of had to work with it and just, I mean, it threw off my entire look for the day, but I was like, you know what? I'm not going to take off these brows. They look good, so I'm just going to make this work, and yeah, I think I did. So I'm going to put this Cocoa all over my crease and the outer parts of my eye, just giving it that little ombre effect, darker to light. So that's what I am doing there. And then I'm just blending away. That's just me doing my makeup. I literally just spent a very long time blending away because I'm not that good at doing eyeshadow, but I figured if you blend, you can kind of fool people. It'll make it seem like you know how to do your eyeshadow, but you're just really good at blending. So after I blended for a good 3 hours, I'm moving on to the shade called Seashell, which my finger is actually covering, but it's called Seashell. And I'm going to put that all over my lid and kind of just blend that in with Cocoa. Now that we have the eyeshadow on, I'm moving on to my NYX Bear With Me Daily Moisturizing Primer. And I've really been liking this primer because it does have sunscreen in it. It is summertime, so do not forget to put on your sunscreen. This one has SPF 30 in it, so if I forget, I'm good with this one. And it's actually really moisturizing. It reminds me of just like your traditional face cream. It feels really nice and moisturizing, and your foundation sits well on it. Moving on to foundation, I do love a good matte foundation, again, especially during the summertime. I wasn't using a mattifying primer, so I wanted my foundation to be nice and matte just in case, you know, I don't want to be looking all sweaty in the summertime. But I have been using the Covergirl Trublend Matte Made Foundation in the shade Golden Amber. This foundation I love because it gives you medium coverage, but you can totally build it up to full coverage. I am a full coverage type of girl. I don't like to see hyperpigmentation. I don't like to see old acne scars. No, give me a flawless base, and that's what we're working with. So I do put 2 layers of foundation here just to make sure I have a nice, even, clean canvas to work with. Moving on to concealer, I'm going to be using the same exact concealer, the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, in the shade medium. And I know it looks like I'm wearing a lot of concealer, and that's because I am. Whenever I'm wearing glasses, I always like to go with a little bit of a lighter shade concealer than I normally would, pack it on. And I know it sounds a little bit excessive, but whenever wearing your glasses, especially for me, I just naturally have dark circles, so I kind of like concealer is like a big deal for me. I really do like concealer just to cover up those dark circles. But when I'm wearing glasses, I notice that the glasses can create an illusion, like a bigger shadow, and if you don't cover up your dark circles, they can look like even more in your face, especially if you have a high prescription and you're really blind like me. Your eyes are magnified through the glasses. So I like to make sure that these dark circles are covered and everything looks nice and seamless. So I'm moving on to baking, which is also very important when wearing glasses. You definitely want to set your concealer a little bit exaggerated, you know, just because you want that concealer to stay. You don't want your glasses to be slipping and sliding. So I'm using the Airspun concealer, which is from the drugstore, super affordable. I love this concealer. It's just such a great drugstore concealer. So I kind of exaggerated. I mean, not concealer, I'm sorry, drugstore loose setting powder. I also kind of exaggerate with this loose setting powder under my eyes. I want to set that concealer. I want to avoid anything from creasing. Again, if you have a strong prescription, you can see everything through your glasses. So make sure everything is nice and seamless. So I'm going in with my bronzer. This is the Too Faced Dark Chocolate Matte Bronzer. I love this bronzer. I kind of put it away for a while and I forgot about it, but I was digging in my stash and I found it and I love it. I think it's the perfect summer bronzer. It looks really nice, has a perfect undertone, and I love it. And then of course, gotta hit the jawline because, you know, quarantine had us all trapped up in the house just eating quarantine snacks. Gotta conceal that double chin, girl. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and just take all of that excess powder off my face and we can move on to blush. So I'm using the L'Oreal Paradise Enchanted blush, and this blush is so pretty. It's just like an everyday blush. You can totally build it up if you want a more pigmented look, or you can just do one layer and have like a natural little flush. This one is in the shade Charming, which is 193. All right, moving on back into the palette. I'm gonna go back into the eyeshadow palette and I'm gonna go ahead and take Cocoa again. And I'm just gonna put that under my eyes just to balance out the eyeshadow so that it's nice and even, the top with the bottom. This step right here gets me every single time. I tell you guys, I get so much eyeshadow in my eye when doing this. Let me know if I'm the only one, but for some reason, no matter what brush I use, I always get it inside my eyes. It's just, I don't know what to do. All right, moving on to the highlight. I use this e.l.f. highlight. It's called Apricot Glow. Honestly, not my favorite highlight. I actually wished I would have used something else, but this highlight is not as pigmented as I was going for. If you don't like a beaming, glowing highlight, you might like this one. It's kind of buildable, but not really. I mean, it took me a while to get where I was, so I don't think I would suggest that highlight. Whenever I am wearing glasses, I typically don't wear falsies. I mean, on a regular day basis in the real world, quote unquote, I'm not usually wearing lashes. I only do it for Instagram sometimes when I'm doing like a dramatic look, I guess you can say. But for glasses, I won't recommend it because I mean, if you want to, it's optional, but for me, it's annoying. And if the lashes are too long, they're just gonna be hitting the glasses and it's annoying. So I am going in with the Urban Decay Perversion Mascara, and I really like this mascara. It makes my natural lashes look really nice and full and dark. I just love it. The wand is beautiful and I love it. It's a good mascara, okay? After applying 1,000 coats of mascara, I'm gonna go on with the e.l.f. highlight. Again, if you like that soft glow, I guess you can use it. All right, moving on to lips, I'm using this Kiko lip gloss, and the name is actually off of the packaging, so I don't know what it is. I'm gonna look for it and I'm gonna link it in the description box so you guys can see. But I love this lip gloss color. It's like your lips but better, and it feels nice. The formula is non-sticky. It's just great, and I think it looked really well with this look, and I like it. So this is the final look. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you learned a little something from this video, and if you did, make sure you give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment down below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Mwah. Bye.